Hey everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins, aka Jill, and I'm joined tonight by Mr. and Mrs. Spooby. We are here tonight to do a little bit of a live reaction to the presidential debate that is going to be starting here within the next few minutes. Unfortunately, we cannot provide the video or the audio because apparently CNN is taking down and attacking YouTube channels for sharing their stream. Part of it I kind of understand just a little bit because it is their stream. They do own the rights to it, but at the same time, it's kind of unfair to me that they're not allowing YouTube channels to actually react to it on the air. But we can't do a live reaction for you guys. We're going to give you guys our thoughts and our commentary as it happens here. This is our first time trying something like this, especially since we can't show the video. We're going to be listening to it separately. So hopefully we don't get a whole lot of feedback, a whole lot of echoes and things like that. We're going to try our best to mitigate that a little bit. But yeah, we thought we'd do this for you guys here live on the channel. We got 53 people watching right now and climbing. So thank you everybody for watching. If you're here for the very first time, please click that like, click that subscribe, and don't forget to comment. Let us know what you guys think as well. So yeah, we're going to kind of just do our best to kind of watch this and see how things are going. So if there's a little bit of downtime, we're not saying a whole lot. It's because we're watching. So just bear with us here. So how are you two guys doing tonight?
Good.
Anticipating this.
Yeah.
Anticipating it, as well as there was news this afternoon that apparently CNN is adding a 1 to 2 minute delay in case they want to edit something, which is to me a little unheard of because a normal standard delay for a live stream or a live broadcast is 7 seconds. In case someone says a curse word or something like that, they would edit it out or bleep it. But in this case, when you add another minute or two, it's like, why are you doing that unless you're trying to edit stuff you don't want people to see? There's no audience there. They're not allowing press in there as well. So it's essentially Trump, Biden, Jake Tapper, Dana Bash, and the production crew and cameraman and stuff. That's it. It's like,
that's weird.
It's strange if you ask me. I mean, call us, put our tinfoil hats on or whatever, but to me it's just like, all right, something's not fit, it's not a little fishy if you ask me, So I guess we'll see here. But I'm watching the Fox simulcast. I think Brandon and Miranda, I think they're kind of checking out the Badlands over there on Rumble, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Well, no,
I guess,
Rumble's
Rumble's
down.
Yeah.
But it is on X. They are on live. And it's just starting.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic.
Yeah, we're going to chime in when there's something to say or if we have something to add for sure. But if you're watching it live along with us, we're getting an overview shot of, I believe, what is this, Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken? Atlanta, Georgia, I think it is. So we'll kind of let you guys know kind of where we're at. So if you guys are watching it later as well, after the fact, you can kind of follow along with us here since we can't provide you the audio or the video. So
somebody said that True Social was down too. Let me.
Oh wow. We're now up to 69 people watching. Everybody, thank you for joining us for this live stream here. Please comment. What do you guys think is going to happen here tonight? Is Joe Biden going to be high as a kite when he walks out here? What do you guys think?
I mean, he looks like he gained some weight too in the one.
Oh, really? I hadn't seen him all day. Yeah, I know that obviously there was reports coming out that Joe Biden refused to do a drug test before the debate, even though Trump said he'd gladly do it. Which again, it's like, if you're not on any drugs, as your campaign claims, why would you refuse to do it? Like, you got nothing to hide, right? So you just got to make you think a little bit. If it's me, I'm kind of going, that's a little fishy, but I guess we'll find out. See if he comes out like he's been shot out of a cannon. See if he kind of fades off as this goes on here for sure too. I'm also curious to see how the muting of the microphones are going to work. Obviously, CNN put out a video about how there's little green lights on the microphone podiums. That if the lights are green, the mics are turned on. So I think it's supposed to be, like 2 minutes, a piece, and then like a 1 minute rebuttal a piece, if I'm not mistaken. I like the idea and concept because obviously screaming over each other is never a good thing. But at the same time, if you're just going to take that entire time and fact check one guy during his time and you're going to let the other guy spew nonsense, that's kind of stupid. Just let them talk, stop interrupting them. That would help a lot, in my opinion. Let them talk about what they want to talk about. And hopefully it'll go off without a hitch. But I'm a little concerned about how they're going to mute the mics if maybe there'll be a little shenanigans there. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
We got Joe Biden walking out now. Again, no audience, no press.
I seen what you said about them doing it like there's like 2 representatives from each side or whatever, but family and them have to watch from another fucking studio or
really?
something.
Wow.
Yeah, you posted it on
did I?
Facebook.
I don't know if I did or not.
Yeah, you posted it on Facebook.
All right, they're both on stage now, so here we go.
All right, I'm gonna.
That's hilarious.
Jake Tapper's welcoming everybody now, so we're talking inflation.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for being here. Let's begin the debate, and let's start with the issue that voters consistently say is their top concern, the economy. President Biden, inflation has slowed, but prices
already.
high. Since you took office, the price of essentials has increased. For example, a basket of groceries that cost $100 then now costs more than $120. And typical home prices.
It took him 2 minutes to lie.
What do you say to voters?
See, I'm a little bit behind then.
Yeah.
Under your presidency than they were under President Trump. We're going to take a look at what I was left on the president. Mr. Trump.
He said something about the bleach lie. That Trump said to inject bleach. That's not true.
Many people were dying. All he said was, "It's not that serious. Just inject a little bleach in your arm. You'll be all right." The economy collapsed. There were no jobs. Unemployment rate rose to 15%. It was terrible. And so what we had to do is try to put things back together again. That's exactly what we began to do. We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out in a position where we have 800,000 new manufacturing jobs. But there's more to be done. There's more to be done. Working class people are still in trouble. I come from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I come from a household where the kitchen tables and things weren't.
Trump lowered the price of insulin before Biden did, by the way. Biden canceled Trump's order to do that, and then the prices went up, and then Biden lowered the prices again to $35. So, and Biden's taking credit for it.
I've seen it has to pay more than $200 for any drug, all drugs they can include beginning next year. The situation we're going to make that available to everybody, all Americans. So we're working to bring down the price of and that's what we're going to get to.
Thank you, President.
Yeah. Bounce back jobs is right. And people who have to take multiple jobs because they can't afford things on his income. The reason those jobs were lost was because of COVID, though. It has nothing to do with Trump.
Did you see my man like take a deep breath? He like had to restrain himself. He was like,
Yeah. But yet, it's okay to blame Trump for the job loss, but when it comes to the job coming back, Biden says he created those. He didn't create those.
He didn't. And then Trump said it. It was a bounce back effect.
Yeah, it was bounce back. And people taking multiple jobs, like I said.
Yeah.
So far, it's pretty cordial, though. So far.
It seems like too perfect at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's happening.
I like that they're taking turns, though. Of course, they're kind of forced to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trump didn't just give tax cuts to the wealthy. My taxes were cut too. I had more money in my bank account under Trump. So it's not just what Biden is saying about the top 1%. That's not true.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Oh, that Afghanistan withdrawal was brutal for Joe Biden. Whew. They left all sorts of guns over there, but yeah, he wants to preach to us about gun control. That's amazing to me. Every president has new debt, though. Well, people don't understand too. By lowering the corporate tax rate, yes, it means that corporations can earn more money, but that also means I know people don't like the saying, but the trickle down effect. It also means that the employees get paid more and they're able to do more things for their employees and they can hire more people too. When you got too much of a high corporate tax rate, they can't hire new folks and things like that. So it's actually a good thing. Yeah, Joe Biden's administration likes to talk about how Trump lost all these lives under COVID, but Joe Biden's administration actually lost more lives than Trump did with the vaccine. Yeah, Joe Biden lost my vote when he tried to mandate the vaccine and fire us if we didn't take it. Luckily, the Supreme Court stepped in. Voluntary is one thing. That's totally your choice, but don't make me take it. Good question. Trump asked Biden about immigration. 76 people watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, everybody. Thank you. There's another right back to that 1% tax cut lie. But again, that hurts the employees underneath them if you tax them too much. That's the thing Joe doesn't understand.
There's a new salary cap that starts July 1st, and then there's another jump January 1st. So, in order to be considered salary, you have to make like 50, I think it's around 50 grand. Right now, it's just above 32, I think. So, they're going to raise it to 50 to be able to be considered salary. And like the high level people from 100,000 to 132,000. So corporations that pay salary, they may have to change some things.
Yeah,
in
we're already
order to
see
be
how things
able-
are being affected in like California. Price of a Big Mac has gone way through the roof. I mean, and they've had to lay off employees just to make things work under these sort of policies. You're right. Joe Biden does look like he's put on some weight, like right in the bottom of his neck. I don't know what it is. It's almost like I don't know. Here comes the abortion stuff. Everybody needs to listen to Trump's response on this because he's not for an abortion ban nationwide, by the way. He stated that many times. And by the way, that's not taking away women's rights, by the way, either. A lot of people don't realize that it's never been a constitutional right. It hasn't.
Yeah.
It's important to believe in the exceptions. Some people get the following part. Some people don't believe in that. But I believe in the exceptions. Rape, incest.
Letting Trump go a while here. I don't know if there's certain time limits on it or not, actually.
Follow your heart, but you have to get elected also. Because that has to do with other things. You have to get elected. The problem there is they're radical. Because they will take the life of a child in the 8th month or 9th month and even look at the former governor of Virginia. He was willing to do this. He said, we'll put the baby aside and we'll determine what we do with the baby, meaning we'll kill the baby. We brought it back to the states, and the country is now coming together on this issue. It's been a great thing.
Joe, you can move to a state that allows it then. Why does he want to have control as the federal government over? Who really wants control over your body then? I mean, it sounds. I mean, leave it to the people in the states and their own territories.
Yeah. Badlands has a picture of his son and passed out with crack pipe.
Yeah, that's Badlands got that thing right there.
On X.
Yeah. Oh, it's on Rumble, man.
No.
They don't try to arrest them when they cross state lines. Stop it. You brought it into immigration.
I've watched too much on abortion clinics and these. Oh my God, they're so evil.
I mean, the thing is, too, everybody wants to say that Trump is so far right on that. There's a lot of people with when it comes to that is farther right than President Trump is, no doubt about it. So
You need an abortion, fine. You know what? Whatever. But at least go to the damn doctor and get it done, not some outpatient clinic where they're going to sell the baby parts and do whatever the hell else they do with them.
he just got that so confused look on his face. It's like, what's happening? Looks like he just farted and he can't.
Coffee almost came out my nose there.
You wild for that one.
It's not just the woman's health, though. That's the thing that the Democrats don't like to talk about. It's them and another person inside of them. I hate to say it. If you kill a pregnant woman, it's ruled as like a double homicide. It's not just a woman dying, okay? So stop acting like it's just the woman.
Jesus Christ.
Not only that, if the baby's got a chance to live, give it a chance to live. Do a C-section, pull it out of there. You don't have to leave it in and just kill it because of whatever reason. Give it a right to live, right to life.
Yep.
Yeah, Democrats don't want any restriction whatsoever. That's the biggest problem with this here. And it is radical. That's the radical idea. The radical ideology is not on the right. I'm sorry, it's not.
No.
51 years of not being a constitutional right, by the way. That's why it went back to the states. 81 people watching this, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit that like button.
Yes, thank you.
Please
Thank you.
subscribe. Amazing. Trump tried to make a point there and his mic was off.
I'm surprised he's this calm.
Well,
Bro,
if you've noticed lately, Trump, he's really been more subdued lately. He's like really kind of dialing it back, and I think it's going to work to his advantage. I really do. No. The bipartisan agreement that the Biden administration likes to say that Trump had killed with the Republicans did not stop illegal immigration. It still allowed thousands of immigrants to come across the border illegally per day before the president was allowed to take action. It was a way to tie Trump's hands if he was ever to get back into office, as well as it had all sorts of Ukraine spending and pork in it as well. So everything that Joe Biden is saying right now about how Trump killed this bill and it was something we worked out, we had it done, is an absolute lie. Biden has absolute control to shut down the border on his own, just like he did when he rescinded Donald Trump's border policies at the beginning of his presidency. So it's a bunch of bull.
Yep. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What good are those extra asylum officers and stuff if they're not allowed to act? That's what the bill said.
Bruh, you wild for that.
Who? What?
He said
What
the whole
happened?
babies in cages thing.
With half of those babies are not with their actual parents, by the way. They're with human sex traffickers and smugglers and things like that. So, again, who built
Did
the
you
cages,
see-
Joe? Who built the cages? It was Barack Obama who did that. I didn't see you crying crocodile tears then. Yeah, Trump's right about that. Lakin Riley, ask her how that went for her, and many others. And Joe can't even pronounce her name right at the State of the Union. He called her Lincoln. They're not all nice people, Joe. I know the left likes to be compassionate. And the right is too, but here's the thing. You got to be smart about this and not just let anybody in without checking who they are. I mean, a lot of them are asylum seekers, yes, but they're not all asylum seekers. They don't have our best interests at heart, and that's what Trump is saying.
What did my man just say?
Joe's face is something. Yeah, look at California, New York, all these places right now. Which the New York City, Attorney General would rather prosecute Donald Trump for things like booking errors instead of prosecuting these illegal migrants who come in and are killing people. They let them go the next day. They're attacking cops and let them out the next day.
Yeah,
We're what?
bro. This
And
is
they're the voice of
crazy.
reason. Get out of here. Yeah,
You can
deport
tell
all
he's starting to get pissed off.
who Trump?
Yeah.
Well, because he knows it's such idiocy. I mean, I mean,
He's starting to get real irritated. You can hear it in his voice.
he's got to be careful though. He's got to keep it. He has a right to be legitimately angry because it's something to be angry about. But no, it's not.
Yeah, you're ahead of me because right now Trump's finishing up talking.
Sorry, he said
Are
everything
you
Trump
good?
said was a lie. Wow, Joe Biden just admitted his son did not die in Iraq. He got the cancer in Iraq. He claimed that's a first.
I heard that lie part now.
He never called soldiers losers and suckers. Find me the audio. Find me the video where he actually said it. It doesn't exist. Yeah, the Atlantic. Trump's about to smoke him on it. But yet Joe Biden is on camera, on video, calling service members stupid bastards. I can pull it up for you. But Joe won't talk about that. Yeah, now he's getting to the Hunter Biden laptop, which we now know is 100% legit. Yeah, a disgruntled sergeant on his staff that was fired by Trump. That's why he said it, because he was disgruntled. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean he said suckers and losers.
I married Jill.
Here's Joe Biden saying stupid bastards to armed service members.
And two, I appointed Johnson to the academy. I just want you to know that. Clap for that, you stupid bastards.
To their faces, called them stupid bastards. Just looking at the two of them, Biden looks like he's dumbfounded and just weaker. Is it just me? I mean, I'm not trying to
No,
in a
I
biased
see it.
way.
No, it's not. He looks frail.
Of course, the left will try to say, "Oh, he's just dumbfounded because Trump's spouting nonsense," but he's really not.
No.
Yo, the irritation is crazy in his voice.
I'd be irritated too. I mean, you can probably tell I am anyway. But yeah, 13 soldiers that died under Joe Biden's watch. What happened when they came home on the airplane? Joe Biden was checking his watch as they were unloading their dead bodies in the coffins. On video, Joe Biden was too preoccupied with wherever he wanted to be that he didn't give a damn about those soldiers.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe Biden gave Iran $6 billion. That was fungible that Iran turned around and used to attack Israel. Well, big money to Hamas and a proxy attacked Israel.
Mhm.
Kind of a weak argument.
My man said malarkey. Malarkey.
Joe's just making up shit now. By the way, Putin did not attack Ukraine under Donald Trump, by the way.
No,
Attacked
he did not.
Ukraine under Joe Biden. No new wars under Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
The only president in modern history with no new wars. Yeah, he's right. $200 billion to Ukraine. Nothing for us. Which makes you wonder about, Hunter Biden's business dealings in Ukraine and Joe Biden's involvement with it. Why is it we're paying Ukraine all this money? Is it because maybe that they fired the prosecutor that was going to look into Hunter Biden and his laptop and all his shady business dealings, and Joe Biden blackmailed him to do so, and now that he's going to have to repay the favor? Is that possibly what's going on here? Maybe that's why Russia is pissed.
I'm pissed that Trump's been saying this shit for 7 years, and we're now just finally starting to get normies to catch on. Like,
Wake up.
and they're still not doing it fast enough.
There's going to be a lot of people who watch Joe Biden
with...
and believe everything that Joe Biden says tonight, and it's a shame because he's lying through his teeth, as we knew he would.
My neighbor's got a Biden-Harris sign in their yard. How?
Because the media has drilled lie after lie after lie into the normies' heads so many times that they will believe it. So when they hear somebody like Trump, they automatically write him off as crazy when he's really not.
I suppose.
Now we're getting into the Israel war. Yeah, Americans are still being held hostage by Hamas, by the way.
That whole thing is a whole nother freaking lie that needs to be
that whole thing is the reason why I bought my AR-15, because my first thought was, well, we got a wide open border. How long until somebody, organized goes door to door in the United States like they did in Israel? That's a scary thought.
Yeah.
All due to Joe Biden's border policies, by the way. Well, that and the Democrats and the left keep wanting to have this two-state solution. The only solution to the end of this war is the eradication of Hamas, because if Hamas is still left standing, they will not stop until every Jew is wiped off in Israel. From the river to the sea, that's literally what that means. There is no negotiating here. It's either them or us in that regard, Israel or Hamas. There will not be any peace between these two. Simple. So stop trying to act like there will be. They wouldn't have had that interballistic missile attack had you not funded them, Joe. As Trump said, they were broke before you came into office. Great job. No thanks to you. Only Israel's the only one who's weakened Hamas. You've been trying to hold, Netanyahu back this entire time. $88 people watching, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Please click that like button. Thank you.
Back to Ukraine for 1 second.
Yeah, take the chains off Israel. Let them take care of it. They don't need our help. They really don't. If NATO don't pay their fair share, as you like to say, maybe he should pull out of NATO. that's the thing. We're paying so much money to protect these other countries, but these other countries are not helping us out one lick. So Trump is not wrong there. Again, Putin didn't move in until Trump was out of office. But you're acting like if Trump gets back in office, Putin's not going to stop and he's going to take over all of Europe. Get out of here. Yeah. Yeah. And Trump's talking about how now NATO didn't pay. He's right. Oh, here comes January 6th. By the way, here's what NATO countries pay per country into the investment. Look at the very bottom. United States outpaces every other country outside of the United Kingdom. Everybody else doesn't pay close to their fair share. That's what Trump's talking about here.
And that money is being laundered, just like the damn money to Ukraine. They using that for nothing but themselves. Give a shit what anybody says.
Surprisingly, so far, I think Jake Tapper and Dana Bash has been pretty fair so far. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi is now on video actually saying she had responsibility when it comes to those troops that she turned down. So she basically admitted it.
Yeah, I
She
want to
played her on
know
the channel.
why is that recorded the way it is? Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's awful convenient that on that day she had her daughter's film crew there. You know,
yeah.
any other day, but no, it had to be that day, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There is a
talked about
movie
that
coming
video.
out. Okay. There's a movie coming out. I think it's July, called Government Gangsters. Cash Patel's movie. I think it's one that we're going to have to watch and review on the channel.
By the way, Trump did not encourage people to go riot at the Capitol. He said peacefully and
No, he didn't.
patriotically make your voices heard during his speech before it happened. And he's talking about how it's been 1 to 3 hours before he responded. He sent out multiple tweets that Twitter took down. This was before Elon Musk bought it. They took him down. He also sent out a video. There's only so much he could possibly do. So, again, no context here, Joe Biden.
Trump has proved that you can get hundreds of thousands of people together and have nothing go wrong.
And a bunch of unarmed people supposedly almost overthrew the government, but yet they try to tell us you need an F-15 to, you know, overthrow the government because they got F-15s, which is basically a threat, by the way. But they're speaking out of both sides of their mouth.
And you know what? Most Democratic cities can't even throw a block party without freaking getting shot up. So,
not saying that some of those people shouldn't face consequences, and they are. But there's a lot of people who are facing consequences that didn't do anything wrong that day. Yeah, where was their outrage, by the way, when the left and during the BLM riots were burning cities down left and right in fiery but mostly peaceful protests? The left and Joe Biden had nothing to say about that. That was righteous anger because of racism in their eyes. No, it's just as bad. Yeah, the January 6th committee, by the way, the unbiased January 6th committee that had two Rhino Republicans on it, Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. They were basically Democrats. So Nancy Pelosi turned down every other Republican who wanted to be on the committee because she claimed they were part of the insurrection. No, they just didn't want any real Republicans on there so they can completely blame Trump for the whole thing and lie about it the entire time. Oh, now Joe just called Trump a convicted felon. You want to talk about Hunter?
Is he gonna bring it up?
No context about how, you know, his DOJ had probably everything to do with it, plus all the, you know, the stuff that they put him up on trial for was a complete sham, and the judge and all that sort of nonsense. Cheap shot by Joe Biden there. He tried. We'll see if Trump responds to that.
He's not convicted though. Like, what are we talking about? Like, that's not how it works.
Not until he's sentenced, right? I guess, you know, I mean, it's a formality, I suppose, but again, if it's under false pretenses. Yeah. He just brought up Hunter. Well, Joe started it. Yeah, because that laptop we now know is evidence, and stuff on that laptop could convict Joe Biden just as easily, especially if you remove presidential immunity. Fair game, Joe. You're next, buddy.
Yep, I cannot wait.
I hope Trump does. And that would be no different than what Joe Biden that he's been doing to Trump this whole time. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right?
Well, do you know anything about Julian Assange in his case?
Not as adverse as I should be, probably.
Okay, well, he's a free man as of yesterday. And he was supposed to turn over all of the stuff that he had over to us, basically the U.S., because he cut a deal.
Oh, wow.
So he has the server. He has Hillary's emails.
Nice.
They have it all. And Trump and team is the ones that brought the charges onto Julian. So this morning on Badlands, they were talking about how they've been working basically with Julian to get this stuff.
He just basically attacked Trump's morals. Like Joe Biden's morals is any better. You want to talk to Ashley Biden about the showering with her at an inappropriate age, Joe, your own daughter? You want to talk about that? We'll talk about morals. Let's do that. No one said Trump is perfect, but his policies are way better.
He said having sex with a porn star, bitch.
Trump's talking about how all this has basically backfired and they've raised more money and his polls went up after the conviction. So again, keep peddling this, Democrats. It's not going to help because a lot of people see through your bull crap. I'm sorry. Hopefully enough people do.
Enough people see through it. They just got to get their butts to vote.
Yeah. Stop calling it American democracy. We are a constitutional republic. The founding fathers flat out talked about how being a full-blown democracy is not good. That's why they called it a constitutional republic. That's why we have the Electoral College. Otherwise, it's, you know, two wolves and a sheep deciding what's for dinner. Guess who wins that fight?
Can I help you?
He's going to bring up the Charlottesville hoax. Yep. He's talking about how the whole reason he ran is because of the whole very fine people on both sides thing, which we know is not true. Donald Trump literally said he was not talking about the Nazis and the white nationalists. They should be condemned totally. But the left was using cheap fakes and was editing and cropping out the videos of him actually in full context to make it sound like he was supporting Nazis. That was never the case. And Trump many times has denounced them, but yet the left act like he never did it.
Run 777.
Joe Biden, so full of shit.
777. No, 777.
I hate that he can get away with this shit.
And they're not going. Hopefully, Trump will say that, but it doesn't matter. He's just going to keep lying about it. That's all he does.
Yeah.
Okay, Trump's talking about how it's been debunked.
Oh, I have you. I have you now.
Yeah, Joe's gotten so many Pinocchios on fact checks about that stupid story. He's been debunked by lots of mainstream media even, but yet he continues to spew it like it's 100% fact. We all know you're lying, Joe. Stop it. You're making yourself look like a fool at this point.
What in the world?
Hey, Trump just said he made up the Charlottesville story, and Joe Biden went, huh? Watch. It has too been debunked, Joe. Well, he never thought that, Joe, because he never said that.
Listen, I'm gonna say this out loud. Trump is my spirit animal. Like the way I am in life, where I just say shit, like, fam, shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how I am. You work with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
your filter works occasionally.
If you come at me with bullshit, that's what you're gonna get in response. Like, fam, don't talk to me about that. Like,
oh, now their first commercial break. So Biden basically acted like, you know, nobody's endorsing Trump, but multiple law enforcement agencies have been endorsing Donald Trump. Plenty of people are endorsing Trump. A lot of you know, corporations and, you know, many people with big donors and things like that, more so than they're endorsing Joe Biden right now. So that argument's kind of mute too, or moot, I should say, not mute.
Yeah, Border Patrol tweeted.
Border Patrol, yeah.
To be clear, we never have and never will endorse Biden.
Yeah, so
10 minutes ago.
We're about, I guess, halfway through this, maybe a little over half. Thoughts so far? Does this just, well, I tell you, The fact that he can look into the camera and Democrats in the media in general can look at you with a straight face right into the camera and lie to you with impunity, knowing that people out there like us who are smart enough to know the facts on this sort of stuff are going to call them out on their bullshit, but they don't care because they're going after the people who don't know this stuff. It's like, it's sickening to me, and it makes my stomach turn. But yeah.
Mine too.
Ugh. Comment below, guys. We got 92 people watching. It's one of our highest, watched streams. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you guys are thinking about this so far during the commercial break. Are you buying this BS? I mean, I don't think
it is wild.
Or do you think Trump is saying BS? Let us know.
It's the ones that don't care that really bother me because, like, you better care. This is being.
By the way, I'm gonna pull this up since it was relevant. This is Donald Trump saying the entire quote about the Charlottesville hoax, saying that he's not talking about the Nazis and the white nationalists. They should be condemned totally. But Joe Biden says he never said this.
And you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Wait.
You had people in that group. Excuse me. I saw the same pictures as you did. You had people in that group that were there to protest the taking down of them a very, very important statue and the renaming of a park
That's
from Robert E. Lee
very
to
fine
another
people.
name. And you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists.
So as you can see, he was talking about another group of people who just didn't want statues and history removed. That's what he was talking about, the very fine people. He's not talking about the Nazis and the white nationalists. He condemned them right there. It's just like when they say that Donald Trump tries to say that, immigrants are poisoning the blood of the country, that he doesn't want immigrants, people here, different people, different races and creeds and religions and things like that. No, he's talking about illegal aliens who are like drug runners, sex traffickers, rapists, you name it. He's talking about those people. He's not talking about immigrants in general, asylum seekers. He said openly he welcomes people who want to come here and do things the right way legally and do things the way we should do things here in America. Not people who want to break the law the second they step foot in this country. They are committing a felony. That's who he's talking about. But they, again, try to twist that and take it out of context, just like they did the very fine people hoax. So, yeah.
Wild, bro.
So hope you guys are enjoying the stream because yeah, as you can tell, I'm pretty passionate about this if you've never seen me plumb before. But especially when I can fact check in real time to kind of make them look idiotic. I like to do that. But anyway,
it's a lot, man.
Yeah. Like we're coming back.
All right.
But yeah. Wonder if Joe got an extra.
Wonder how long they plan on going.
Supposed to be till about 10:30, I think.
Probably.
Maybe a little later.
Hey, wow.
Well, I don't know how much I can endure of this.
It's a lot of BS. I'm about ready to break out the shovel.
Yeah.
We got a comment from our friend Kathy with a big waving. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for watching.
Hi, Kathy.
Oh, we're back.
Talking about black wages and black unemployment. Isn't Joe Biden the one who said that he didn't want his kids growing up in a racial jungle? And he's talking about segregation right now?
Yep.
Okay. Does that sound racist to you? Oh, there's a lot more to be done, Joe, because you've done jack and shit. Don't mention student loans, Joe, or I'm going to go off. Trump goes, and he caused that inflation. He's right about that. Why did your gas prices go up? Oh, I don't know. Joe Biden just canceled the, Keystone pipeline. He, stopped drilling. He started taking gasoline from our strategic oil reserves, which is made for specifically for wartime and emergency situations, not when your policies suck ass. If Biden tries to say the inflation rate was 9% when he took office, I'm gonna blow a gasket because it was 1.4% when he took office. It wasn't 9% at its peak until 18 months after Joe Biden took office. That's Joe's fault. Not COVID, not Putin, not Trump. That's Biden's fault. No, Trump did not decimate the economy. COVID did. That's got nothing to do with Trump, you jackass. And guess who tried to keep businesses shut down? Democrats. Trump and many Republicans were trying to open them back up, and you guys kept them locked down. Wait, he just claimed that Trump wants to cut the cops, like cut the numbers down. No, the Democrats are the ones who ran on defund the police after the George Floyd riots. No, 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 no. God, he's so full of shit. Wow. Oh, now we're getting to climate change. Yeah, you need to respond to the police thing. The moderator let him get off topic and go back to the previous point. I'm happy with that. Joe Biden's facial expressions are cracking me up. Yeah, remember, Donald Trump allowed a lot of, misdemeanor crimes for black people who are in jail to be forgiven so they can be let go again. So Trump's not doing anything for black people, huh? Not at all. Oh, wasn't it Kamala Harris in California who jailed more black people than anybody else under their policies in California?
Can you finish that whole
Yep.
there? And there's 2 blocks up there.
But you still can't tell people this. They won't believe it.
For me.
I'm gonna try my darndest. Hopefully 92 people are at
I
least
know.
listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're never at the
Oh.
Well, the thing about the climate crisis too, It's good to have clean water and all these great things like electric vehicles if you want to voluntarily get them, but to force them when they're not completely viable right now is absolutely ridiculous. We can't just get rid of gasoline and fossil fuels. The stuff that you're wearing on your body right now is made with fossil fuels and things like that. We just can't uproot it. It's not viable. You can't drive a car more than 3 hours down the road in a lot of cases, unless you buy a really expensive one that most people can't afford, until you got to charge the thing for an hour and a half. You just can't get rid of it. I mean, and not to mention the climate change deal or whatever. It's always been a thing. It's always going to be a thing since the beginning of time. Our little SUVs ain't going to destroy the planet that we didn't create. To say it's an existential crisis is absolutely ludicrous. It's all about grifting, and they're just trying to get your money for funding so they can put it in their own damn pockets.
Yep.
Mark Cuban recently come out, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, said that he'll never vote for somebody who doesn't believe in climate change, but yet the man owns 3 personal jets. And all these people who want to talk about climate change, they own all these beachfront properties like Barack Obama.
Yeah.
But the water levels have not risen at all. If it was really a climate threat, you wouldn't be buying up property on the beach, you morons.
Oh my God, that is the dumbest shit ever.
Oh, now he's talking about how the temperature's gone up 1.5 degrees Celsius. The planet's always hot and cool. It goes in cycles. It's happened since before we can measure the thing. Yeah, Trump's right. It's just a ripoff.
Hey, bro.
Recycling, doing things for the planet that you can do is great. Absolutely. But to say it's going to destroy the planet, no, it's not.
What's going to destroy the planet is all this GMO shit that they're creating.
Now, I mean, I'm totally fine for like cleaning the oceans and saving wildlife and saving the rainforest. That's all great. We need to be doing that too. But again, to act like we're going to wipe everybody out because my little gas guzzler between now and work is going to destroy the ozone is absurd. It's not. We didn't create this planet. It's very egotistical of us to think that we can destroy it.
Yep.
We can fire every nuclear weapon we have in our arsenal on this planet. We'd wipe out every living thing except for Keith Richards and maybe a cockroach somewhere, and the world would just continue to keep on spinning. Okay. As Robin Williams once put it, Keith Richards would be there, looking at a cockroach, going, "It smoked your uncle." You know that, right? I mean. That Windows thing rebooting sounds like Joe Biden's brain right now.
There we go. I did it. I'm not going here. Let me in. Why?
Joe didn't know when to stop. Why does he sound out of breath? He does not want to get rid of Social Security or Medicare or any of that stuff. The Republicans laughed that out of the room during the State of the Union address when Joe Biden mentioned it. It's absurd. Stop it. Now, getting rid of the federal income tax or something they've discussed. I'm all completely for that.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
Donald Trump proposed that, by the way, not Joe Biden, just to be clear. Now, granted, it would take a congressional vote and things like that, but imagine how much your check would be every single week if you had no federal income tax you had to pay.
Bro.
Be a lot higher. And he's proposed no tax on tips if you're a person who works in the service industry, if you're a waitress, a waiter, or a hotel person. So yeah, Trump is definitely proposing not to, put taxes on your tips. So that's another reason to vote for him. Yeah, I agree with Trump there. He said in 8 years, I've never seen a guy who was a politician lie like this guy. Yeah. I mean, some may lie occasionally, but every word out of Joe Biden's mouth is a lie. Every time. And the left want to preach to us about misinformation and disinformation, and they're the ones who perpetuate it with the best of them. It's absurd. Yeah, they're housing illegal aliens in hotels and stuff in New York, giving them debit cards and food and clothing and all this stuff. Like, I work 40, 50 hours a week. Where's my free stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I paid off my student loans by myself. Where's my $30,000 student loan forgiveness, which has been passed off to the taxpayers? It's not been forgiven because the Supreme Court told Joe Biden no. But fascist dictator Joe said, screw the Supreme Court. I'm going to overrule that and going to do it anyway. Now, we'll see if that actually goes through or not. Some of it already has, but. No, the reason why Joe Biden wants to bring in illegal aliens, the Democratic Party know that illegals actually count toward the census, which raises and lowers the electoral college count in the election. So they're trying to make it to where illegals can vote legally in your presidential election. So they're trying to spread these people out over the country so they can never lose another election again. It's basically a hostile takeover is what they're trying to do here. So that's why they don't want voter ID laws either. So they can't track it. They can't trace it whether they cheat or not. But no, we had the most freest and fairest election ever. Okay, sure. Yeah, Trump has fired a lot of folks, but you got to remember the first time he went in there, he was new to this whole thing. He's not a politician. He didn't know who he could trust. Now that he knows a little bit more, hopefully the next time around he'll be able to choose his people around him a little bit better, and they won't turn on him and keep things from him and hide things from behind his back. And hopefully they'll get more done this time around. Hopefully. I love watching Joe just sitting there and take it because he can't interrupt him. Yeah, he tried to get tough on the border now just because it's an election year. As soon as the election's over, the border's going to be wide open, if not worse than it is now, because Joe's only doing it now to try to get for votes at this point because it's such a problem. Voters are sick of it. No, we're not the most admired country in the world, Joe. We've got literal leaders and stuff like laughing at you. I mean, people in Europe are like, "What the hell is going on with those crazy Yankees?" Let's be honest here.
Yeah. Loki, you gotta move, buddy. Come on.
Canada's up above us going, "Hey, keep it down there." I mean, seriously.
His face is all in the camera.
Yeah. What's up,
He
Loki?
won't move.
Loki's the dog of mischief.
Oh, good.
He's
Oscar's
a
out
good,
here
he's a
now.
good puppy.
He was barking at me from the kitchen because he wanted the chicken that was on the counter.
President of American history, one through best to worst. They said he was the worst in all of American history. That's not conjecture.
I'm gotta say, I'm very impressed with Jake Tapper and Dana Bash. I'm going to give credit where it's due here. They're really not doing what I thought they would do, like a lot of moderators have done in the past. Kudos to them. That's all I'll say.
He has no food.
Yeah, you think it's bad now? Joe wants to raise your taxes even further because he's going to let the Trump tax cuts expire. Yeah. Which is not just for the 1%. You could be paying more right now. Think about that. You say you're not going to raise the taxes on anybody who's making more than what, $400,000 a year or whatnot, or whatever he said. But by the inflation, all your policies that raised everything at the gas station, the grocery store, the cost of goods in general, it's a tax increase, no doubt about it. So whether he said he does it on your paycheck or not, you're still paying way more than you were under Donald Trump. So again, he's trying to tickle your ears. Yeah, cut his mic. His time was up. Talking about fentanyl and opioid overdoses right now. For those of you who are watching this later or whatnot, to kind of give you a reference. Trump just called Joe a Manchurian candidate. Remember when Xi Jinping came into San Francisco, it was littered with homeless people and literal feces on the street. But Gavin Newsom and the Democrats cleaned shit up right quick, literally. When Xi Jinping came to town, it was like, so they can do it. They just choose not to until they want to, perpetuate to their Chinese overlords over there. So come on, guys. Hack it up, Joe. Trump is making these points from the previous questions a lot during his first few minutes of his new time. I got a feeling the left's going to be like, well, he wasn't even answering the questions. He was trying to avoid the subject matter. He's answering those too, just not right away. You want to stop the flow of fentanyl and all this stuff coming across the border? That's where it's got to stop, right there at the border.
I'm sorry. X is on one tonight, bro. Like the memes
Oh,
is
I bet.
crazy.
I'll see if I can find someone.
I'm gonna send you this one.
Okay. He's talking about how Trump killed the border policy bill. Again, we went over why he did that. It's not a good bill. It had all sorts of pork and Ukraine funding and stuff in it. Yeah, it had funding for border patrol agents and things like Joe Biden's talking about too. But again, the bill dictated you couldn't even use those resources until we reached a certain amount, which was thousands of immigrants coming through a day before you could actually access all that. So again, it was a bad bill. Don't buy the BS that Biden's spewing right now. What?
Y'all see that shit?
Okay. Where'd you send it to me on X?
Twitter. Yeah.
Okay.
YouTube, Miranda.
I'll play it here in a little bit.
No, it's not a video. It's just a picture.
Oh, is it okay? Yeah, Trump looking like, what the hell?
Yeah. The caption.
This mother effer is actually retarded. I mean, I'm not a big fan of that word personally, but yeah.
The way he looked like.
I like this one. He don't know where he looked like Beavis in this picture.
Bro. Oh, did
Yeah.
you see the one on I sent you on Messenger?
Probably, but I can't access it at the moment.
I think it was
Wow, the
Don
Biden campaign, I guess, tweeted out the video of him calling him a sucker, or the sucker and loser comment. 42 minutes ago, Joe Biden tweeted that clip.
What clip?
Hold on.
There is no suckers and losers clip.
No, of him.
Oh, during the
telling him.
debate, you mean?
Mhm.
You can tweet out what Joe Biden said during the debate all you want. That don't make it true.
I sent it to you on Facebook. Messenger.
Oh, you talking about Joe Biden? Yeah, he tweeted a clip from the debate while he was on stage. That's very savvy of Joe Biden to do that. I tell you, just goes to show that Joe Biden don't run his own X account. That's for damn sure.
Mhm.
Here's what Miranda's talking about. You can see here it said Joe Biden tweeted 43 minutes ago while he was on stage. I'm sure.
Idiot.
Well, we know Donald Trump. You know is the one who runs his own accounts for sure.
Well, 31 minutes ago, Joe Biden, Donald Trump is a convicted felon with the morals of an alley cat.
Yeah, Joe did say that during the debate. That's a quote from Joe. But
that's the funniest picture ever, right there.
I know, Mr. Burns. This is the most accurate depiction of Joe Biden I've ever seen in my life. That's by the way, that's a picture of Joe Biden when he literally wandered off during a FEMA conference. So He's saying that Donald Trump cuddles up to Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin. It's called diplomacy, Joe. Why don't you try it? It does not mean he agrees with them just because he meets with them and talks to them. It does not mean that at all. Same if you were to meet Xi Jinping. It doesn't necessarily mean that, all that sort of thing. But by Trump actually went to North Korea, the first U.S. president in history to cross the demilitarized zone and go to North Korea on diplomacy, on a diplomatic type mission over there to try to negotiate in good faith with them. Maybe if we tried to do that more, maybe they wouldn't be so pissed at us all the time. You ever think about that? Talking about Biden challenging him to a golf match. That's funny. Oh, bring it up. Trump's talking about a cognitive test. Please bring up the drug test. I hope he does. Oh, his time ran out. Damn. Trump's actually lost weight, Joe. You look like you've gained a couple. Who cares? Joe can't even walk upstairs straight. He wants to have a driving contest with a baseball or a golf car or a golf ball. Come on, man. You literally use the short stairs on Air Force One because you can't handle the large staircase. I mean, get the
Bro, X is on it tonight, boy.
good. Trump just said, let's not act like children. And Joe said, you are a child. Really? Being pretty respectful tonight, I think. Here we go. Asking Trump if he'll accept the results of the election. That's the thing about Trump people don't understand. Trump doesn't have to do this. He could go retire and live on Mar-a-Lago, spend time with his wife and his grandkids and all this stuff. But he's the only president in U.S. history to lose money while in office, not take the yearly salary, but gave it away to charity. Is Joe Biden doing that right now? No, because he's too busy pocketing it. Yeah, they used to say Donald Trump would bring us to World War III, but Kim Jong-un didn't fire many. I don't think he fired any missiles really during the Trump presidency. But ever since then, he's kind of ramped up his rhetoric. We got Putin invading Ukraine. We got Hamas invading Israel and Iran firing missiles, and China is wanting to take over Taiwan. So who's bringing us closer to World War III, Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
Mm-hmm. Said, I wish he was a good president. I won't fucking be here.
Yeah. The idea. That's all Trump's or Biden's got to say. What usually follows is nonsense. We have wonderful peace. In what world, Joe? In our own country or anywhere else for that matter. Again, Putin didn't invade Ukraine under Trump. He invaded them under you, Joe. Trump's speaking facts right now about Putin not taking stuff from Ukraine under him. Yeah, by the way, Joe Biden recently authorized use of U.S. military weapons to be fired inside Russian territory. Putin views that as an act of war and has stated it will not go unanswered. So if they fire upon the United States, you have nobody to blame but Joe Biden. Putin has been provoked by Biden. You really got to start wondering whether or not everything they tell us about Putin and other people across the oceans, whether or not they're actually the dictators and fascists that they claim they are, or is it that America has wronged them in certain ways because America is maybe the bad guy in certain respects?
Yep.
Got to at least consider that option. At least the government. That's why they like Trump, because he's not part of the establishment government. That's interesting. He said he wasn't contemplating running again until he saw how bad of a job Joe Biden was doing. That's interesting. Yeah, he appealed to the courts all across the country because you guys probably cheated, but none of those courts, they say that all the courts, basically looked at it and there was no there there. No, there was no there there because the courts were too cowardly to actually look at the evidence. They just claimed there was no there there, so they didn't have to actually look into it. There's a big difference. Something snapped at him when he lost. Joe Biden, in his last State of the Union address, literally said that you can't accept election results only when you win. But there's hours of compilations out there of Democrats complaining that the 2016 election was stolen from Hillary Clinton by Donald Trump. And they said that shit for 4 years, and they still claim Donald Trump stole it. So Trump and Republicans and conservatives that in 2020 are the only election deniers? You got to be an idiot to believe that lie. Democrats have been denying elections since the early 2000s, at least. And Trump has legit reasons to question them because we've literally got video. See if I can find that video of poll workers at election ballot boxes and ballot stations or whatever were literally boarding up the windows so you couldn't see what they were doing during after hours. So it makes you question about what were they doing that they had to hide from the general public and cameras. We're in commercial, by the way, just so those of you don't know. But yeah, this isn't a video, but it's a photograph. Also, it's good enough, I guess, for this purpose. This is a photograph of people outside of a polling, area. I don't know what you exactly call it, polling place, and they were literally boarding up the windows so you couldn't see what they were doing when they were counting the ballots. Why? No evidence, though. We've got security footage, and we've got all sorts of, video of people dumping ballots in early drop boxes, multiple ballots, and by the hundreds at a time. But no evidence, nothing at all. Just believe it.
Yep.
Yeah, we're in our second commercial. I believe it's the second and last commercial break. I imagine when they come back, it'll probably be like a closing arguments type situation because it's about the 90-minute
better
mark
be.
started. Yeah, unless it's 90 minutes of actual debate. I don't know, but I wouldn't think it'd go beyond 11 o'clock really.
No, it's about to hit. It is about to be Joe's bedtime, bro.
It's past Joe's bedtime. They probably woke him up before he got on the plane and this afternoon. You know, he's probably been sleeping all week. You know? I mean, seriously, who needs a whole week to go off and prepare for a debate? I mean, Trump was making appearances in rallies last weekend. He's been making appearances all week long. I mean, where's Trump or Biden been? Don't get me wrong. I've appreciated the silence and not having to look at his, stupid.
Yeah,
life.
like that's
You know
been
what I mean?
great.
Yeah, that's been great. It's been very peaceful, but still concerning. But trying to see if there's any other funny things here on X while we're waiting here. But yeah, I caught that too. I think this is just him scratching his ear, but I caught
Yeah, I
this
just
too.
seen that.
Did anybody else notice he was kind of
Yeah.
like fiddling with his ear? Like, you ever wonder if he had an earpiece in?
All right.
No,
I mean, I don't
it's
think
a,
so.
I think it's a tell of lies.
His tell for his lies. He's got a bad poker face.
Yep.
I can maybe believe that. Yeah, closing statements. Here we go.
Maya says hi.
Hi.
Hi. Debacle that was left. Okay. No inflation rate, highest job numbers outside of the pandemic. We just explained to you a while ago, while even though he didn't raise taxes technically over somebody over less than $400,000, you're actually paying more because of inflation and things that he's implemented.
Yep.
Inflation didn't go up till 18 months into your presidency, Joe. Not had nothing to do with Trump. No, he doesn't want to tax you more. He's openly talked about, reducing getting rid of an income tax, and the tax Trump cuts apply to everybody besides just the 1%. Oh God, Joe's stumbling over his words now. You want to talk about big pharma companies? You're the ones who basically funded them with all the COVID vaccine stuff. Don't talk about the pharma companies, dude. You're in bed with them just as much. You're the one who pushed the vaccine. They said they wouldn't take Trump's vaccine, because he's the one who implemented it. But as soon as he won the election on a dime, they turned and said, you must take the vaccine or else you're fired. What changed? Oh, you won office. He's talking about lead pipes. I mean, talk about, we got, yes, okay, great, but we got far bigger issues. Agreed. You don't do anything. Democrats promise and promise and don't do anything. He's kind of giving Biden the side eye on that one. He just kind of looking at him like, they don't respect you. They don't respect you. Yeah. Cutting regulations is also great for jobs, by the way, which Biden put back into place. What if they'll shake hands? I doubt it. But they just cut away. Yeah. Well, I guess that does it.
I ain't shaking his fucking hand.
Yeah. I don't know where that's been. No, I guess
For real?
they might say the same about Trump, but come on. I mean, that's cheap shot. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care what either guy personally has done, in their personal lives. It doesn't affect me at the end of the day. I mean, do I agree with things Trump's done? Not always. Do I agree with things that Biden's done? Absolutely not. But you know what? It doesn't affect my life at all. What affects me is the policies that are put in place. What affects me is what they do when they're in office. That affects me and my family and my friends, things like that. And at the end of the day, when Trump was in office, we all had more money. We were more secure. The border was closed up. We, had no threats of World War III and many, many more things. So yeah, that's why I'm voting for the convicted felon, in name only.
Me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
You guys have any other final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, other than thank everybody who showed up. Seriously.
Yes. For you 93 people
Yeah, thank you.
who have been through this
Appreciate it.
entire stream, thank you so much. You mean a lot to us. It's been one of our highest, actually, I think it was our highest live stream we've ever done here on our short
think so,
time here on the
yeah.
channel. We're going to keep continuing to grow here. We're going to keep talking this stuff. If you're interested, we do a podcast almost every single Friday night here on the channel around 9:30 p.m. Eastern, give or take. It's not always right on the dot, but if it's not, we'll try to let you guys know. But at the same time, we talk about news and politics. We talk about movie news. We do movie reviews, trailer reactions. We just talk about sports. We talk about professional wrestling, WWE, AEW, all sorts of good things.
Life.
But life in general. We just shoot the breeze together on Friday nights. It's a fun show, and of course, I release daily videos sometimes during the week as well, as much as I can. So definitely subscribe. Please like this video. Please comment. Do all that good stuff. It helps us grow here on the channel and helps the algorithm on YouTube and things like that. So that being said, I guess we'll get out of here tonight. It was a good show, good debate. Like I said, I'm going to give credit where it's due to the CNN moderators.
I will.
They did a much better job than I thought. They didn't mute the mics anymore. They were going to. So I think the format worked pretty well, and I hope it benefited the American people to actually hear both sides, and hopefully the truth will prevail in the long run, and enough people will wake up and see what is right in our eyes.
Right.
At least I'm sure there's going to be people who disagree, but at the same time, hopefully the truth will prevail at the very end. So
I tell you what, this whole debate for me solidified who the fuck I'm voting for.
I mean, I think 3 of us here already knew, but and this debate probably isn't going to change a lot of people's minds. But there may be a few out there who kind of like, you know what, I like what he had to say now that I got to hear him actually say it instead of fighting over each other's voices. So in that regard, I think it was a success.
It's really going to make it difficult for me to be like, why are you voting for Biden when I see one out in the wild?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think he. Now, there's going to be people on, CNN, MSNBC, all the left-wing media are going to say Joe Biden did a great job. He, cleaned house tonight. Trump didn't know what he's talking about. People on Fox and the right-wing media are going to say Biden looked like a weak individual. He was stumbling over his words and he had no good plans and things like that. So,
but he didn't, and he did.
I agree with you. But at the same time, I'm just saying that both sides of the mainstream media are going to tell you their narrative. They're going to do that. But we're here on the channel. We're going to try to call balls and strikes as much as we can, okay?
Yep.
We just happen to see things to where Joe Biden is literally, we talked about many things during this podcast, and I can fact check them and show you the articles, show you the videos, and we try to do that on our weekly podcast and in our daily videos. We're going to try to prove to you and show you the receipts. That way we're just not talking out of one side of our mouth. We're going to show you the actual facts as we can present them so that you guys actually know the truth within this world of misinformation out there. So with everything that we've seen so far, Trump is the best candidate in my opinion. So Trump 2024, and we're voting for the convicted felon. But with that being said, we're going to get out of here tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, to you 92, 93 people who've been watching, greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please come back again. And until our next video, guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and God bless.
Good night.
Good night.
Later.